Alright, game changers, welcome back to another video here today. The days are just getting closer and closer. Literally like 2 months are left before the release of Black Ops 6, and there will be people who are either for it or people who are not so much for it. And some people are just done with the franchise, to be completely honest. Some people just want nothing, absolutely nothing to do with Call of Duty anymore, and that's totally understandable. It's called franchise fatigue, and even the fact that they don't enjoy the way that Call of Duty is going nowadays, and that's very valid. But as somebody who still plays the game, I gotta be honest with you guys, there are elements of Call of Duty that I still do enjoy, although I don't enjoy so much the engagement optimized matchmaking and the skill-based matchmaking that's in the game. I do at its core enjoy Call of Duty because I've been a Call of Duty fan since Black Ops 1 when I first started playing. From then on, I've just been hooked, and you know, there were some games that I didn't quite enjoy as much as some of the others. I've still been a consistent player in the Call of Duty franchise. Doesn't mean to say that I only play Call of Duty, because that would be absolute insanity. I wouldn't call myself a real gamer if I just played one game for the rest of my life, or a main game that I would play consistently without trying other games out and at least committing to other games, because that would just be, like I said before, insane. There are so many good games out there besides Call of Duty, like XDefiant, which I'm playing right now. I used to play Apex Legends, played Smite, played Overwatch. I mean, I play a whole plethora of different games out there, and especially single player games. My goodness, The Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption. I mean, I enjoy, besides just multiplayer games, I play single player games as well, and I absolutely enjoy the hell out of them. Whether you enjoy this game or that game, it's totally up to you. And one thing I've noticed, especially in the gaming community, is people bash on others for enjoying the game that they enjoy. And I think that's totally wrong. I mean, as gamers, we should be able to appreciate each and every one of our opinions. I think each person has their own preference in terms of what types of games they enjoy. I mean, there's people who enjoy strategy, fighting, you know, racing, shooters, like you name it. People have different genres of games, even sports out there, that I personally don't enjoy. Like, I don't enjoy any of the 2K games because I don't play any of them. I mean, that's not something that I'm interested in, while others might be. But for me to go out and bash others for enjoying that particular type or genre of games, or games specifically, is something that I feel is wrong. And one thing that I've noticed a lot with Call of Duty, I don't know if it's done with other games. I'm sure it's done with other games, but I just don't know it as much because I'm a part of the Call of Duty community more, is I've seen a lot of people bash others for enjoying this franchise. Now, are there specific things that you could be unhappy with in the game? Yeah, you could definitely be unhappy with some of the things that they have in the game without bashing other players. You could disagree with players for enjoying something that you don't. Like, for example, this is very recently that's been happening, and I recently discovered it. I didn't know this was a thing, was skill-based matchmaking. People really do enjoy skill-based matchmaking, especially when they are of low to mid skill level. Some people actually prefer it being in the game, even in quick play or public matches. For whatever reason, they enjoy having it in the game because they like that the system kind of coddles them, or prefers that they stay in this certain bracket and not be able to face high skilled players like at all. And for people on the other side of things who don't believe in skill-based matchmaking, like myself, we don't agree that this should be the case, and we shouldn't stay in that bracket forever. We should have mixed lobbies. So, you know, whether you agree with it or not is not the point. It's whether or not you can respectfully disagree with each other is where I'm getting at. And I feel like we should be able to do that without throwing profanities at each other or putting each other into the ground. Now, why am I even talking about all this? Well, I'm seeing this regarding Black Ops 6, and there are reasons for being excited for the game. There are reasons for maybe not being so excited about the game, because you're seeing all of these leaks, you know, with the score streaks, you know, the movement and the gunplay and zombies and all this insanely good stuff that people genuinely who enjoy the Call of Duty franchise are excited about all of this. But then again, you have people on the other side who are maybe not so excited because they just feel like this franchise is done. It's the same thing over and over. Or maybe they're looking at the Omni movement, that's the new movement system that is actually innovative for Call of Duty, and they're looking at it like, oh no, this is just going to be whack for Call of Duty is going to make it even worse. We want it just to be a traditional sense of Call of Duty where the movement should be more restricted like it used to be back in the day. I mean, however, which way you want to look at it is totally up to you. There's no right or wrong answer here, but the way that I'm going to look at it going in is I am going to be cautiously optimistic. Yes, skill-based matchmaking, EOMM, is going to be in the game. At this point, we've already heard Activision. They like it in the game, they prefer it in the game. This is what gives them business, this is what keeps the player pool high, this is what they want to keep in the game. So I think it's safe to say that it's going to remain in Call of Duty. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. But at the same time, there's nothing that I can do about it. Yes, I don't have to play the game, but I enjoy Call of Duty for what it is. But for me, that's not make or break, because literally every other game out there has skill-based matchmaking in some form. And it's something that we just can't escape in modern day gaming. I know XDefiant in their quick play has gotten away with it, and that's why I enjoy XDefiant and its gameplay for what it is. But as far as Call of Duty goes, it's just a different shooter, and I enjoy Call of Duty for what it is. And it's not always that I get into hard matches, only because I have a NetDuma router, and I could somewhat bypass skill-based matchmaking because I can region lock where I want to be match made. So sometimes I do get easier lobbies because the game itself doesn't always dictate or even prioritize those players of my similar skill level or maybe even higher than that. And this allows me to get a better connection every time. Whether I play in a match with complete noobs or with tryhards and sweats who are either my same level or even better than me, doesn't matter as long as I find a server that is nearer to me, which allows me a better latency, better ping, and that allows me a better gaming experience. Again, it doesn't matter to me whether I get into a lobby that's hard or easy. I prefer a mixed lobby. As long as I have the best possible connection, it gives me the best possible experience that I can have in Call of Duty and in each multiplayer game. And I think that is something that should always be prioritized, and this will allow you to do your best, whether that is a lobby where you will do well and dominate, or other matches entirely that you just get completely destroyed. Now, I personally don't have a dog in this fight. I will say again, like I said in the very beginning of this commentary, that I am cautiously optimistic about the game. And one thing to keep in mind is that it's easy to judge a game based on the trailers we've seen, the early reviews, and the leaks and all that stuff. But first impressions can be misleading. We've seen that with Call of Duty many times before, and we already know that each and every game does have unique features or even hidden gems that don't always shine through the initial stages of that game or from what we've been seeing, but we can be surprised or we can be let down. So it's one of those things that you got to go into the game just really cautiously optimistic about it. I mean, you would hope for the best, but don't keep your expectations high and be let down by it, because I've seen that a lot of people have been misled with Call of Duty. And one of the things that Call of Duty does incredibly well is their marketing. And I know this is not so much the marketing as far as the leaks go, or it could be. You could be someone from the inside leaking this stuff. I mean, we don't really know, but at the same time, don't go into it expectations extremely high and then be let down by it. I mean, I understand it. I get the hype. It's Treyarch. It's a Black Ops game. Like, these games do extremely well for the most part. But at the same time, let's just go into it with expectations low and hopefully they exceed them. Yes, I get it. Skill-based matchmaking will always be a problem in Call of Duty, but we already know that this is something that just we cannot bypass unless you get something like a NetDuma router, which I would highly suggest you guys do. But anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts on all things Black Ops 6. Are you guys excited for what you guys have been seeing as far as the leaks go and from all the things that you guys have seen thus far? Or are you kind of disappointed? And if there are things that you haven't seen as of yet, what are those things exactly that you would want to see in this upcoming game? But let me know all those things in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell to be notified every single time I upload a video. Now, with that being said, this is GCP signing off.